Hi all, welcome back to Node.js tutorial course. I hope you all have watched my previous sessions which explained about introduction of our Node.js, how to set up Node.js and its architecture and the features of Node.js. Okay, if not, I have given link in the description box. Please do watch. Today I'm here to explain you all about V8 engine and we'll kickstart with few Node.js live example. Okay, so first I would like to explain about V8 engine. Okay, so as I told here, first I'm going to explain about what is this V8 engine and its features. Okay, so the first is it's an open source JavaScript engine, which is actually developed by a Chromium project for a Google Chrome browser. Okay, and it is written in C++. And nowadays we usually use this in many of the projects like Mongo and Node.js, right? So basically it is something like it takes our JavaScript and execute it while browsing with the Chrome. So that is how the V8 works, right? And the next one is it provides the runtime environment in which the JavaScript can execute, right? So the DOM and the platform, the web platform APIs, right, which is actually provided by the browser. So here in V8 just gives the runtime environment to execute the JavaScript. So the main thing here is the JavaScript engine, which is independent of the browser. So where it is hosted, right? So it's completely independent on the hosted place, right? So this actually enable the rise of Node.js because why that is the reason they have chosen V8 for the Node.js in 2009, and hence the Node.js came into popular, and V8 became the engine, and that now is a powerful, incredible amount of server-side code written in JavaScript, right? Okay, so Node.js ecosystem is huge, as you guys know, and it's very good thing that V8 allows that powers to the desktop apps, which is also written in the Electron, right? Okay, so next one is this module actually represents the interfaces and event specific to the version of V8. Okay, and it also provides a methods to get information about our heap size or the memory, right? So this will be very much useful when we want to actually know the like leakage, if anything happening within the Node.js, right? This particular module or methods helps us to know the details. Okay, and next would be it is written, as I told, it is written in C#, C++, and it's continuously improved engine. Okay, and the last one is a compilation, right? So basically JavaScript is generally considered as an interpreted language, right, where no longer in the modern engines are no longer like interpreted, right? So they are just compiling it, where now here JavaScript is entirely compiled with this V8, which is nothing but just-in-time compilation to speed up the execution. Hence, the performance in come to the picture, correct? So that is about these compilation and how it helps in improving the performance of our application. Okay, so apart from this V8 engine, we also have other engines for which is for our other browsers, correct? So those are like Firefox, which is Firefox has Spider Monkey, and we have JavaScript Core or Nitro for Safari, and we have for Edge, we have originally, which is Edge is basically based on this chakra, right? And this has been rebuilt using Chromium and the V8 engine. Like this, there are a lot other JS engines which we can focus or which it is already there, and all these engines, right, which are implemented on ECMA ES262 standard, which is also called as ECMA script, right? So that the standard which is used by JavaScript. Okay, so next, we'll concentrate on our live coding, where we will kickstart with few live coding example of simple console-based application and the based application. Okay, so this coding section will help you all to kickstart with first a Node.js application, and we'll be using here VS Code as an editor and command prompt as a terminal to run the code, and Chrome browser to open the APIs and show the responses. Okay. Mm, so now let's get started with the console-based application live coding. Okay, now let's get started creating one file. So I have opened my workspace. Learning is my folder which I have created in my laptop and under the drive. So I just opened this learning workspace here, and let me just start creating a new file here for a console-based application. Okay, so I'll just give like console app.js, and you can see my JS file has been opened up, and let me just give a simple console log with the hello world. Okay, so I have given here a simple console log, which is hello, welcome to Node.js tutorial. Okay, so let me save this. Now here in Visual Studio Code, right, you have an option where you can open the integrated terminal, or maybe here if you can just click on the right click on this file, and then you can open in integrated terminal. Okay, so here as you see, my folder structure, that is a learning folder, has been opened, and inside learning we have console app.js. Okay, so now let me run node space console app.js. So as you guys can see that we got a response, welcome to Node.js tutorial. So this is very simple console application which I have demonstrated, and we can see in detail more applications like this for console based applications. So I now next we will go with a Node.js web-based example. So here in this example, we are going to create a simple HTTP server, and on click of once the server is up, we should be able to hit the endpoint and get the hello world response in the browser. So let's get started. Okay, so now let's start with the web-based example. So here in Node.js web application, basically we contain three basic parts. Okay, so here if I have to say, first one is we need to import required modules. Okay, so here we need to use the required directive to import whatever the module we require for our application. The second thing for web-based example is we need to create a server. So here to establish a server which will actually listen to the client request, right? So if you see in other technologies like Java, we have Apache HTTP server, right? So similarly, we have to create a simple server here. And third point is we need to read the request and return the responses, correct? So the whatever the server which we have created in the second step, right, will basically read the HTTP request made by the client, and which can be a browser, right? It could be a postman or anything, right? And then it needs to return the responses. Okay. So let's now create a new file here called main.js. Okay, and so as I told, the first step is to import the required module. Okay, so here I'm going to use var http equal to require of http. Okay, so now this is the module which we need, so I have just imported it. Okay, the next step is to create a server using http module. Okay, so for now so let's first we need here we are going to create http instance, and we already created an instance, right? So now we have to call http create server to create the server instance. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, create server, and then comes function. We will have to give request response. Okay, and we have to this is how we create the server, right? For now, what we can do is we can just give the yeah, I think we need to bind this server with the listener, right? So in which port this is going to listen, right? So 3002, and so this is how it creates a simple HTTP server. Okay, and inside this, let's try to put some kind of header, right? So whenever you do a server, so basically we will have to set some header to it. Okay, so what we'll do is write head, and we give 200 status code, and the content type, right? So content type will be giving content hyphen type with followed with simple text, plain text will give. Okay, for now we give plain text, since we are not going to use any uh, JSON format for now, so this is fine to give with a text plain as a content type. Okay, so now whenever we hit this endpoint or the server, right, so we need to send back with some response, right? So that is why we have to send by response dot end, and then you can give like hello, welcome, welcome to Node.js tutorial. Okay, so this is a simple server which will actually listen to our port. Okay, so now once this is done, right, so if we have to print, like assume we are going to start the server, right, so at least in the console we need to show some kind of responses telling that okay, the server has been started, just for the logging purpose, right? So let's add console.log, and we can mention like server is running at 3002 port. Okay, so here we are done with the simple HTTP server. Okay, so now we are done, so let's open this in our integrated terminal. Okay, and we can see that we will be able to we need to run this main.js by typing node space main.js, and you can see server is running at 3022. Okay, so now to uh, view this API response, right? So we need to open the browser, and we can just see the response coming in over there like, hello, welcome to Node.js tutorial. So let's now go to our browser. So I'll be using for now Edge browser. Okay, and let me navigate to http localhost colon 3002, and hooray, we are here. So we are able to see our welcome message, hello, welcome to Node.js tutorial. Okay, so this is how our web application or a simple server has been created, where we can just hit the server and we can see the response, right? And this is a simple server, and going forward I'll be showing the different servers, different list of APIs we can do, and the logics behind that. Okay, so now you all have good idea about what is V8 engine, how to write sample console application, and how to create a simple HTTP server. In next session, I'll be explaining about REPL slash console and also the global concept of our Node.js. Thank you for watching. If you like my session, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. See you in next session. Thank you.